There's been so much Disney news that has come out over the past few days, it's been hard to keep track of everything, but we're doing the best we can, and we're back today with another Disney news update for you. We have some news about parks reopening internationally, we have some more Disneyland updates, and some things you need to know about Walt Disney World if you're going to be going there this summer or this fall. And we have some international park reopening dates for you guys today. Tokyo Disney Resort will be opening on July 1st. It has been closed since February 29th, and it will be reopening on July 1st with a very limited attendance, about 15,000 people per day. Of course, masks and temperature checks will be required just like they are here in the domestic parks, and all ticket sales have been moved to online only, and you will be given a reservation time for your arrival. And Disneyland Paris will begin reopening on July 15th. Now, just like Tokyo, Disneyland Paris will have a reduced capacity per day. It's estimated to be about 12,000 people per park, so 12,000 for Disneyland Park and 12,000 for Walt Disney Studios. And reservations are required for open, non-dated tickets as well as annual pass holders. And they will be utilizing a system very similar to the system that we saw launched the other day at Walt Disney World.
So there's also some news coming out of Walt Disney World in Florida. BR Guest Restaurant is discontinuing breakfast, and now they are only doing table service with a prefix menu for lunch and dinner. The cost for that will be $62 for adults and $37 for children. Previously, they were doing quick service for breakfast and lunch, so if you are looking to eat at BR Guest in the future, just keep this in mind, that they are discontinuing breakfast and they are only doing table service for lunch and dinner. On June 22nd, some select Walt Disney World resorts did reopen, and one service that wasn't available was Resort Airline Check-In. Those services will resume on July 12th, so if you have a resort reservation before July 12th, that will not be available at the time.
Now, since Walt Disney World has been closed, of course, we haven't been able to go inside, but we've had plenty of pictures of the outside, in particular, Cinderella's castle, and the transformation is pretty much complete at this point. It is almost completely pink and gold, and it looks very similar to the Sleeping Beauty castle over in Disneyland. Now, this has kind of divided the Disney community. You either like it or you hate it. I don't really know how I feel about it yet. I think we have to give it some time and see it in person.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. I really need to see it in person. It looks beautiful from pictures, but I don't know how different it's going to look, so I feel like I have to wait and give my final opinion once I see it in person.
Now, if you're like us and you enjoy dressing up for Dapper Day, you're going to be happy about this news. Dapper Day 2020 at Walt Disney World is a go. According to the official Dapper Day website, there are 3 dates in November that are going to be Dapper Days: November 20th, November 21st, and November 22nd. And if you want to participate in Dapper Day, it's also very important to keep in mind that you need a park reservation to get into those parks on those particular days.
So with the parks reopening, Disney also released a full list of restaurants that will be available, but keep in mind character dining locations will be closed, such as Cinderella's Royal Table and Crystal Palace in the Magic Kingdom. But pretty much everything else will be open. For example, in Magic Kingdom, BR Guest will be open, Cosmic Rays, Pecos Bills, and Skipper Canteen as well. And for the rest of the parks, mostly everything else is open except for the character dining locations. For example, in Animal Kingdom, Tusker House, in Hollywood Studios, Hollywood and Vine, and in Epcot, Akershus will be closed for the time being. And just to note, you will need a dining reservation, a park ticket, and a park reservation in order to eat in any of the restaurants within the parks. Along with the full list of dining locations that will be open, Disney also released the full list of attractions that will be opening in the parks as well. We are very surprised to see that there will be no virtual queues or single rider lines for any of the rides. All the rides will be standby.
And many of your favorite Disney attractions will be reopening when the parks reopen, such as Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at the Magic Kingdom and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway at Hollywood Studios, as well as Rise of the Resistance. Now, once again, it is important to note that these will be standby lines only. The capacity is going to be greatly reduced each day, so hopefully these lines won't get too long, but there will be no virtual queues for any of these rides, including Rise of the Resistance. And something that made us very happy to hear was that Spaceship Earth will be reopening with the rest of Epcot when it reopens on July 15th, and that is very exciting because a lot of people thought you weren't going to be able to re-ride Spaceship Earth again until it went down for refurbishment. and Disney has announced that it will still be undergoing a refurb, but the timeline has obviously been pushed back, and Spaceship Earth will be reopening with the rest of Epcot on July 15th. Like we mentioned earlier, many of the DVC resorts have began their reopening on June 22nd, and we now have some more dates for some of the other Walt Disney World resorts. On July 10th, Disney's Pop Century and Disney's Contemporary Resort will be reopening, and on July 29th, Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort will be opening. August 12th, Polynesian and Art of Animation. August 24th, Disney's Yacht and Beach Clubs. September 21st, Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. October 1st, the Boardwalk. And October 14th, Disney's Coronado Springs. It's also important to note at this time that there are no reopening dates for any of the All-Star resorts, Port Orleans, French Quarter, and Riverside, Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, that is not DVC, and Disney's Wilderness Lodge.
So if you guys didn't know, and if you're looking to go to Walt Disney World in 2021, today is the day that you can start booking vacation packages for 2021 until around the end of September. So if you're interested in booking a vacation for 2021, please reach out to me. I'd love to help you. I am an independent vacation planner. All of my information will be down below, and I'd be happy to help you book the most magical vacation.
Yeah, it's also important to note that vacation packages for the 50th anniversary weekend, which is that first weekend in October, those are not available yet. This is only till the end of September. So if you're looking to go on the 50th anniversary weekend, you're gonna have to wait just a little bit longer. Those haven't been released yet. And lastly, we have an update about Disneyland's reopening. On July 9th, the downtown Disney district will be reopening, and yes, that does include the World of Disney. So if you're looking to get your Disney fix in and wanna go to World of Disney, you can do so on July 9th. Disney put out this know before you go information graphic here, and it just has all the top line information you should be aware of if you are looking ahead to the downtown Disney district when it reopens, such as limited parking and entrances, temperature screenings prior to entry, the enhanced cleaning procedures, including the increased sanitation and the washing down of key areas, the fact that face coverings are required and that guests must bring their own face covering, everyone must abide by the social distancing measures, and that the operating hours of each location may vary and that cashless payments are recommended. And while we're on the topic of Disneyland, Disneyland and California Adventure have a proposed reopening date of July 17th. This has still yet to be approved by the state and local governments, but it looks like they will be reopening on July 17th. The Grand Californian and Paradise Pier have a reopening date of July 23rd, once again, pending state and local government approvals. Ahead of that July 17th proposed reopening date, Disneyland cast members have now been called back to work. This has been a surprise to the cast member union, and they are not happy. They actually wrote a letter to California Governor Gavin Newsom asking him to delay the reopening of Disneyland because they feel it is not safe to return to work yet. With the number of new COVID cases increasing basically every day in California, many of the cast members feel like it is still too soon to reopen Disney on July 17th. As a matter of fact, there's actually been a couple of petitions that have been going around online to try and get Disney to delay the reopening date of Disneyland. They've done this for Walt Disney World as well, as far as getting a petition going, but it looks like Disney will be moving full steam ahead with their planned reopening dates. So I know that was a lot to take in, and there's just so much Disney information that's coming out. It seems like there's breaking news every single day at this point, so we're gonna do the best we can to stay on top of it and bring you guys the latest information with all the reopenings just around the corner. And if you guys haven't had a chance to check out our videos from last week, we put out a couple of news videos about the not so scary cancellations as well as some Disney Cruise Line cancellations. So make sure you guys go back, give those a watch so that you're up to date on everything that's going on.
And if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up down below. It really helps us out. And if you're new, please subscribe so you don't miss any news videos in the future. And with that being said, we'll see you guys real soon.